Good afternoon, folks. We are out here in Jurupa Valley, California. I am at an undisclosed location to pick up a brand new electric dirt bike that very few people even know exists. Now, it's not totally unreleased. It is very fresh to the market. I think it just came out in February, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of you guys who have been keeping up on the channel know I've been talking about getting a new unreleased electric dirt bike that nobody knows about. This is not that. This is actually something totally separate. This brand hit me up. They're called Rawr, which the name is, we can talk about that later, but the bike is called the Mantis. Actually pretty excited to check it out. We're here at their headquarters. I don't know where I'm supposed to go from here. I'm about to have to make a phone call to figure it out. We're going to check out the bike. I do believe I'm going home with one today, so stay tuned. We're gonna figure out where I gotta go, and then I'm going to check out the electric dirt bike for the first time. We may take it for a spin. I have to get back to civilization quick. It took me an hour to get here. It's gonna be 3 hours to get back. So that's what we're doing. Hey, is this where Rawr is? Cool. Yeah, are you Edward?
No, Edward's upstairs.
Okay, yeah.
Let me get him for you, okay?
Please, thank you. Got a nice take can out there. I want one of those. Okay, so we're here at the Rawr headquarters. Here's is this your bike? Yeah. Okay, so I haven't seen this one. This thing is crazy.
Yeah, this is a nice one.
Okay, so this is a full-blown like supermoto style one. Are these are all the same bike?
They all like exactly same bike. It's just, you know, this one we remodeled it.
Yeah.
Customized it.
This is crazy. This one's actually super cool. I love the colorway. Okay, so which one am I looking at taking home? Or like what style?
This one, because we just did the upgrades for the...
This one exact, like this one in particular? This thing is beefy. Look at the size of that motor. So what are the specs on this? I actually don't know much about it.
I'll give you the information.
All right, well, I guess this is the one I am taking home. I don't think there's a key in it. Let's take a look over here. Similar breaker system to the Rawr. Big battery. A button to see your percentage left. That's pretty nice. 62.7 on this one. Very exact percentages. All right, folks, we're here at the Rawr headquarters in their warehouse. It's actually a gigantic warehouse. I can't show you guys most of it. I can only show you this small corner. But these are some of their bikes. They have a whole bunch more back there in boxes, and also on this side. I'm trying to keep it tight because I have very specific rules over what I can show in here. So I'm going to try and show you guys some of the bikes. First off, this is one of them. This is a silver gunmetal with alloy colorway. This is cool. This is crazy. This is I didn't know that this was released, but apparently it is known that this bike exists, so I can film it. This is like a straight up electric supermoto. This thing is pretty wild. I'm not too crazy on the supermoto stuff, but look at the size of the motor, and it looks ridiculous. The battery is pretty big too. This is the one that I'm actually going to be taking home. First off, it is big. It's quite a bit bigger than I thought. The dimensions look a little bit larger than the Rawr. It also looks pretty heavy. This is much closer to like a full-size dirt bike than I was thinking, but I like it. First off, the main thing I love, you don't have to upgrade the tires. It comes with big, chunky tires. I don't know what brand this tire is, but it definitely looks like a big improvement over what comes stock on a Rawr. So you have a chunkier tire in the rear. In the cockpit, there's kind of a lot going on. You have a switch for the headlight, which I love. There's this is for the horn. I think this is so you can lock the horn, maybe. I'm not really sure what that is. There's a turn signal. As you can tell, this is designed to be, it's definitely a step above a Rawr Light B. There's a lot more thought put into the design. This, I believe, is where you would charge it. I take it. There's your sport and eco mode switch. And this is, I don't know, we'll figure it all out. And then there's a reverse mode. So I guess we'll test all this out in just a bit. But pretty excited to hop on this thing. This thing is beast. And also really stoked to just have a second bike to be able to hop on and then have a friend come with. I like the pedals that it comes with, or the pegs. This one has upgraded prickly pedals. This is a brand that makes aftermarket Rawr stuff, so that's really cool. I like this bike. I kind of want to take this one too. This thing is rad. But we only have space for one, and I only have one coming. These two looks like they have been test ridden somewhat. Hey.
So you can
You know what? Don't worry about all that.
Okay.
I'll just do it when I get home.
Okay.
It'll make it easier.
More clear.
Yeah. Oh, slippery. All right, folks, we are out here on the Rawr Mantis. It's pretty sweet, dude. This thing is crazy. It's big. First thing you notice when you hop on, it is significantly larger than a Suron. I never rode a Talaria. That's probably something that you want to compare it to. It feels like a little bit taller of a standover height. It feels so good to be on a new bike. The brakes actually work. So yeah, first thing already I'm going to switch out would be the bars. Maybe it looks like there's a lot of stuff to get through to get to the bars. You have to take these off. This actually not too different from a Suron. So this eco mode, one thing I noticed when I was riding, it actually has 3 modes. So you click this right there, it's in 1, goes 2, and then 3. So there's 3 levels of punchiness. Ooh, yeah, the throttle is very Eco 3 is perfect. It's almost like a little bit punchier than the standard eco mode. It just gets you going a little bit quicker. The sport mode is actually crazy. Check this out. Whoa. This is kilometers per hour. So I wasn't just going 50 miles an hour with no helmet and no gloves. But this bike is, wow, hold on. I'm feeling things right now. I'm feeling things. You want to be in my video? Okay, so this is Edward. He just gave me a quick rundown on the bike. This one feels perfect.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Yeah, this feels perfect. It feels like perfectly tuned. The throttle is exactly how I want it to feel.
Yeah.
There's like not much dead space, just enough to where, you know, you don't accidentally punch it.
Yeah.
It's not like a yank. It's like a progressive, you're going slightly faster until you're like at the speed you want to be, instead of just like getting shot into oblivion. And I'm sure you could tune this to make it like that if you wanted to, but for me, I prefer it to feel like this. And then this
is the headlight. This is off. This is daytime and nighttime. And it's like different.
Oh, this is like a high beam.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Tires are so new.
I know.
Oh man, I'm gonna have so much fun on this.
It's still a brand new car.
Oh yeah. That's what it feels like.
One and then see the difference, so I can get some feedback for them.
Sure. All right, folks. So here is the Rawr Mantis. This is the model I will be taking home. I gotta say, it has a beautiful silhouette. Absolutely love the fact that it comes stock with a thicker rear tire. The tires it comes with are very good. This is obviously not the best pavement to have bike tires on, so I'm gonna have to take these and break them in. But overall, really satisfied with how this thing comes out of the box. There's almost no upgrades you would have to do to it, unless there's things that you would want to personally change, like the rise of the handlebars. The brakes feel great, the tires feel great, the power is already there. You don't really need to upgrade the battery or the motor or any of that stuff that you usually do. The suspension is good. So yeah, this is it. And also it comes with a cool looking headlight, which has a high beam, which is amazing. So there you have it. We're going to take this thing home. I'm going to give it a quick spin around the neighborhood. I have about 2.5 hours I'm going to be driving home. So well folks, there you have it. I'm going to be releasing a few videos on this, and I just might be partnering with this brand. So I'm going to put a link in the description for this bike if you want to check it out. They're already for sale and they're available here. That's probably the best part. You don't have to get one shipped from China. They're here in California. We're out here in Harupa Valley, so that's by Riverside, so it's not quite LA, but it's a place that you could actually come drive and pick one up, if I'm not mistaken. And you can, you know, buy it online and have it serviced here if you have a problem. It's not too far if you live anywhere around LA. So that's a big plus if you live out here. And you know, if you have a Suron, if you have a problem with that, it's really difficult to get anything fixed because pretty much all the parts come from China. At least there's a source here where you can get things taken care of. That's pretty huge. The Rawr Mantis, absolutely in love with this bike. I didn't think I'd like it this much, but I gotta say it is pretty sweet. So stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot of videos coming up on this bike in the next few days. We're gonna be riding through the city, through the dirt, giving it a test against my Rawr, even maybe a little head-to-head. Let me know what you guys want to see in the comments. I am down for whatever. All right, folks, we are back home in Valencia with the Mantis and the Rawr right next to it. I'm going to try and show you guys some of the size differences. First off, right when you look at both bikes, you can tell this one is just much larger. One thing I do appreciate is that this fit into my Rawr, which I was actually very worried about once I saw it in person, because the wheelbase is not much longer. I think it's maybe a hair longer. It's barely longer this way, but it's much taller. As you can see, the seating position looks the same, but on this bike it's just smaller. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's just, you feel like you're in a much higher seating position, which it's, you know, I guess that's a personal preference thing. Here on this bike, how do I put it, it's more like, it feels like you want to it's in a spot where it's easy to wheelie. This is like, it's for riding around. Now you guys know I do like the stock tires that come on the Rawr. I feel like once I break these in, they are going to be better, and I just really appreciate that it comes with a much bigger tire on the back. Now, even though these are both 19s front and rear, it's just a beefier tire, so I'm sure that composes some of the extra weight. Another thing is, I always talk about I want a lighter bike. This is the opposite of that. It's much heavier. I want to say it's probably around 40 pounds heavier than this. You do feel that weight. I felt it when I was lifting it in the car, but it seems manageable. I don't know. I guess I'll figure it out tomorrow on my first actual day riding it. So initial impressions, the bike is just fantastic. I mean, the motor just looks sick. It's not that much larger now that I see both of them in person. I do believe this is twice as fast from 0 to 30, but this is stock, and you know, people typically have controllers with the BAC 4000s and bigger batteries. So it's easy to, I mean, the speed thing is not really of a concern to me. I care about how the bike feels, comfort riding it. We're gonna figure all that out tomorrow on the first ride. I'm a big fan of this display. It is super cool, and it has a reverse mode, which is also really cool. You hit this button right here while you throttle, and the bike starts going backwards. So that's cool, you know. And then once you let off the button, you're back in regular throttle mode. Very nice. Ow. And also, I'm so happy I have a brand new bike. Ugh. You know, these things aren't cheap. They're $5,000. So Rawr brand new is about $4,200. So you're about $800 more. Is it worth it? We will figure all that out tomorrow. My initial thoughts, I think it is. Just from my quick riding, just around the block, first when I got here and back where I was, the bike just feels good. I don't know how else to describe it. I remember how my Rawr felt when it was new, but this one feels far more planted. Then again, this is going to be a long-term review / me just using this as my daily driver for my, you know, videos where I just ride around. So I will keep you guys updated. First big ride is tomorrow, where I'll give it a test in the dirt and a little bit in the street and let you guys know what I think about it. By the way, really excited to have a second bike in the stable. At the very least, I got 2 bikes, so now I have one that I can ride with a friend. Have a friend hop on the Rawr, or have a friend hop on this, and I can ride Rawr, vice versa. Content. So that's gonna do it. I'm gonna get this thing charged up, ready to ride tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned. First link in the description is this bike as well. That's it. See you guys in the next one. Peace.